people think he's a politician. You know, people don't trust politicians. It does things within the locker room that some teammates question. Dealing with management and coaches, you know, people deem it as sneaky. People deem it as sneaky.
CP3 is a legend, in my opinion now. And he listen, first of all, when CP3 came to the league, I think it was, and he was killing. Him and Deron Williams were up for best point guard. It was an argument 13 years ago. They both got hurt.
I was involved in that argument heavy, and I always said Chris Paul was the better one. I had one of my friends, he fought me on Deron Williams. I'm like, okay, we'll see.
I can see why Deron Williams got hurt, and it really changed everything about him. He was another guy that they were calling a cancer to the team, and he played under Jerry Sloan, and they didn't want to, you know, and that's why they traded him, and he got Jerry Sloan fired. But CP3, he killed the Spurs in one season. And he went to the Clippers. He kept them, took them to another level. Played with Houston and almost beat the Invincible Warriors. That was really close until he got hurt. Then he went to Oklahoma. When Russell Westbrook was out of there, they traded him for Russell Westbrook. He made them decent. He helped these kids develop. He may have helped Lou Dont, who is, I'm glad I retweeted the other day. I'm glad that he is getting mainstream love. But now he's in Phoenix. And I'm wondering why hasn't CP3 gone to, like, wouldn't CP3 be better if he was on Milwaukee or the end of his career? Imagine if he was on Milwaukee or Philadelphia. Those teams are already playing around championship level, Philly especially. But with Chris Paul there,
Philly though, the situation is this: Ben Simmons is supposed to be the point forward. So if they execute that, if Chris Paul goes there, then you know where Philadelphia stands, and more than likely Ben Simmons is probably not there. So I mean that's that. But yeah,
nah, they wouldn't trade him.
Phoenix is a good team.
Yeah,
no, I know that, but I'm saying Simmons will not want to be there. Like, how does that work? If Chris Paul goes there,
if Chris Paul goes there, he can shoot and he can pass. He holds you accountable, which is what Jimmy Butler was saying. He was calling people soft. He was calling people out in Philly. And if I'm not mistaken, he was talking to Ben Simmons because he wasn't talking to Joel Embiid about like that. He likes Joel Embiid. But that is not the reason why he is being nominated for SBN. CP3
we go.
He's on.
Explain what SBN is.
I'm gonna get there. SBN.
Okay.
You see, we were talking about that off mic. Brooklyn Nets. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets, of course. We just had our Brooklyn talk. Brooklyn is known as grimy Brooklyn. If you went to any party in the 80s and 90s, and you didn't even want to say where you were from until they put on "Is Brooklyn in the House," and then you wanted to see where in the party all the yelling was coming from, and you go, "Oh, that's who we gotta watch out for," because grimy Brooklyn was in the building.
Fucking right.
And there was some grimy Brooklyn niggas. And that's what BK is known for. Being grimy. But they are. But there's a different kind of fiber in the DNA of certain Brooklyn individuals. And those are some shrewd, sneaky Brooklyn niggas. And CP3 is being nominated for being a sneaky Brooklyn nigga. Why? Because since college. In college, he was punching people in the nuts. In the nutsack. You can go Google this. I will attach the YouTube links to the description and on Twitter. He
was punching dudes in the nuts.
At Wake Forest, he was punching people in the nuts. He has that infamous fake laugh, smirk, and then screw face. I think that's Steve Kerr in the meme, in the GIF. And now he works for Oklahoma City and Phoenix. And the reason why, he worked for Oklahoma, now he's at Phoenix. And the reason why I think he's a sneaky Brooklyn nigga is because he's making friends and causing trends in these places. He's a powerful dude. There was something recently, the All-Star game. There's a split on the All-Star game.
He's the president. He's the president of the Players Union. So I mean, he's yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up, B. Yes, he is. So why is he in Oklahoma? And why is he in Phoenix? He's making friends in high places. This guy, I promise you, after he leaves the NBA, he's going to still be in the NBA, and he's going to make sneaky moves because that's what he do. I recognize a sneaky, greasy Brooklyn nigga from a mile away. CP3, you've been nominated. We're going to have to vote on it. One of the champions, one of the sneaky Brooklyn nigga champions, we have a face of him. But he graduated. And I can't even say he graduated. There's many reasons why he's the champion of sneaky Brooklyn niggas, or one of the champions of sneaky Brooklyn niggas. I just wanted to point that out. I don't even know if it was worth it. What do you think? Do you think Chris Paul is a sneaky Brooklyn nigga?
First of all, before I get into this, you point out to the people at home, Raymundo Telemundo, he's a Queens nigga. He's from Queens, everybody. You know how Queens niggas do.
By the way, hold on. By the way,
your point.
Hold on. By the way, Queens is the home of the sneaky nigga. Queens births sneaky niggas. That's why I find it surprising when I see sneaky Brooklyn niggas. But carry on, as you would say.
Listen, it's been documented. And you know, I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Paul was doing that shit at Wake Forest. But it's been documented since his New Orleans days. He's a dirty player. And yo, he looks like this type. This is like this. You know what I'm saying? Catch you on this, like sucker punch you, like do that bitch shit. Like, yo. I mean, I can see Chris Paul doing that, man. I mean, so I see your point. But yo, listen, it's a time and a place to be a sneaky Brooklyn nigga when you trying to make moves and you trying to finagle your way up into that front office. I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying? This dude is the president of the Players Union. He's yo, this shit is funny.
Yo,
oh man,
because it is.
State Farm. He finagled way into State Farm. Yo, Jake from State Farm probably thinks Chris Paul's a sneaky Brooklyn.
Cliff Paul.
Yo,
get out of here. Yo, I just know a sneaky dude when I see one. Like LeBron.
How do you forget about that?
Like LeBron.
How do we forget about that? Cliff.
I still feel bad that he didn't get to play with he didn't get to play with Kobe Bryant and the Lakers at that part of his career. I still feel bad about that. And it's ill that he is doing this thing still. But he's nominated for sneaky Brooklyn nigga so far. Because I'm just watching him. And what brought it up was the antennas went up when they were split on the All-Star thing. Like, he wants the All-Star game to go on, and LeBron and them don't. So I'm like, yo, why would you want the All-Star game? He must have an incentive to play in the All-Star game, like in his contract or whatever, which most players do.
Maybe. But you know what? what he had said this week or the week, I think it was last week about that was that it builds revenue for the players. I guess incentives are involved. I guess there's some factors with that, but I get it. With COVID going on, like dudes should just give them guys a week off, let them be with their families. I mean, still go by the protocol, or the COVID protocol. I mean, it's really no need for All-Star game right now, man. I mean, I get it. I mean, LeBron, I think I agree with LeBron. As much as I did vote for the All-Star game several times, but I mean, you can still get these guys like, oh, you made an All-Star this year. Some similar to what the NFL did with the Pro Bowl. Like, there's no longer a Pro Bowl game. So they just give those out like, oh, this player made the Pro Bowl, that player made the Pro Bowl. Same way you made all NBA team off, defense or second team, third team, first team. They should treat the All-Star game that way this year, just for the COVID protocol. I mean, so I get it. I mean, there's money involved because it's TV contracts and sponsors and whatnot. So the NBA will lose, but come on. It shows that you still have a concern about health and safety wise of the general public, of the fans and the players and the referee and staff, coaching staff. And someone else brought up a good point. It should just be the players. If they're going to do it, it should just be the players. It should be no coach. It should be no head coach for each All-Star team. It should be no coaching staff. All these players are going through the same safety protocols, all going through a sort of like a bubble type thing, and just let them play like a regular pickup game, which would be ill if they do it, which looks like they are. That's my piece.
They were trying to do that pickup game during the strike a couple years ago when LeBron went to Miami for that first year, and they were gonna have a crazy pickup game, and I guess I don't know, Nike was gonna sponsor it or whatever. But yeah, I agree, man. The All-Star game, they shouldn't be playing. They should not be playing the All-Star game. But shout out to CP3, a fellow sneaky Brooklynite.
Put it in perspective.